What's up, guys? Erroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm actually in the middle of trying to beat Bommal on normal Doom Tower stage 50, so floor 50, and very hard Doom Tower boss, the hardest right now for content in Doom Tower. Super annoying because what Plarium did was they said that the bomb champions. Bomb detonation does 200% more damage to Bommal, but I've tried a bomb champion, actually a couple bomb champions, and they don't work well at all. They need to increase the amount of damage that bombs do to Bommal because it's stupid. So right now, basically the way to beat it is have multiple revivers on the team, and then have people that don't decrease the turn meter of Bommal, because every time they decrease the turn meter, it places a bomb. So I do have Scylla the Drakes in here, but I have to put her in because she's really tanky, she has a lot of HP, and she does a revive. And then I have Arbiter in here, which anybody can get after you complete the Arbiter missions. Usually people get Arbiter around 90 to 150 days, just depends. I mean, sometimes people take longer, but it just depends. Then I have I think Fragment Summoner Fusion. This girl right here, Madam something, I don't remember her name, but basically she's someone who people didn't really want. Oh, Mother Savell. And so she has a revive on death and increased defense. And then of course I have Master Butcher in there. I just got him to rank 6. He's only level 9 right now, but and his gear isn't that great. The biggest issue is resources and leveling up the gear. So I do have him on a regen and immortal. You have to have him on that. The other thing is you really want to make sure his resistance is very high. So if you want to try to beat Bommal with just pure resistance, then you could just go on stage on floor 50. For Bommal, you probably want at least 300 to 350, maybe even 400 resistance. So my Master Butcher is around 300 resistance, and his resistance can get higher than that. I just have to give him masteries and things like that. Now, my other champions, their resistance isn't as good, so they keep on getting bombs on them. It's really annoying, but I figured I'd start recording now because I don't think I'll beat him. But at the same time, I've been doing okay, so I might beat him. And this is the first time I'm running this team. And yes, I do have Rosin as well, another fusion. So login reward in Scylla the Drakes. Rosin's a fusion champ that you can get. And then Mother Savell, if you didn't get her, it's because you just didn't want to fuse her or try to go for her Fragment Summon event. And then we have Arbiter as well, which is missions, and then Master Butcher is just a rare. You just pull a bunch of mystery shards or pull a bunch of ancient shards and you can actually get him for yourself. So I'm kind of going through. So she keeps getting bombs. She doesn't have any resistance. Mother Savelli, for me, unfortunately, I don't have Mother Savelli with high resistance, and she keeps getting bombs as well. She also has a 6-turn cooldown on this Soul Shepherd ability, which does do a revive on death and increase defense on all allies for 2 turns. And I'm trying to get it so it works out perfectly, but it's been a very challenging battle. This is probably the closest I've gotten to beat stage floor 50 on Bommal, and I'm really hoping I can beat him. It's tough right now. Let's see. The bomb's going to go off. Oof, okay. Luckily, Arbiter, she's got one more turn here before she can revive everybody. Nobody's under half health, so I don't want to use this ability yet. I'm just going to go ahead and use her A2. She's almost back around, so once I revive everybody, I'm going to use the Soul Shepherd ability again. But for now, I have to keep on using the A1. Ooh, he actually hits really hard too as he gets up in levels and floors. So everybody just got stunned, so that's not good. I have to hope that this bomb doesn't kill everybody from that stun. Every time the bomb debuffs go off, it has a chance to stun everybody else, so if your resistance isn't high enough, all your team will get stunned, and that's been my issue, is I don't have enough resources to get... I have the gear, I just don't have enough resources to upgrade all my gear and then swap out all my gear on my champions. If I did, then of course I could do this very easily. Let's see. And the hope is that my Scylla the Drakes never ends up giving a decreased turn meter, but her A1 has a way of decreasing turn meter, and every time you decrease Bommal's turn meter, he places a Dread Bomb, and once those Dread Bombs go off, as you already know, 40% of all your team's HP is lost. So, and that's for each bomb, 40, 40, 40, so you have to kind of time it perfectly right. Once the Dread Bombs get over halfway, then you really should be looking at your abilities, paying close attention, don't rush. You have to pay really close attention to which ability you're going to use next. So like for me, I have to look at Bommal's moves. Like right now, attacks all enemies. So his next move is probably going to be the Magma Flood. Enemies receive 100% more damage from HP burn debuffs for each bomb debuff they're under. Okay, so this ability is not going to kill me, but the move that you want to be really worried about is this one right here. Dread Minions. When he summons the Dread Bombs and then gets an extra turn and places an increased attack for 5 turns. Then he uses this move right afterwards where he removes all your buffs. And then for each buff that you have on you, if you don't have high enough resistance, he's then going to place additional bombs for each debuff, bomb debuff for each buff removed by this skill. And then the debuffs cannot be blocked or removed. So they can only be resisted. So that's the biggest issue. Let's see. So Revive on Death, I think I'm just going to stick with her A1 for now, with the Revive on Death. Keep doing the A1s. Now this is going to be a long battle for me, obviously. But as long as you beat it, that's the goal. So, and I just use A1 every single time on Master Butcher. You don't need to use anything else. Let's see. So she's how to use her A1. Okay, that was good. Got the decreased speed. And I will end up doing Revive on Death because both of these Dread Bombs are going to go off. And I have 2 turns Revive on Death and increased defense. But these Dread Bombs go right through increased defense. They don't care. They're just going to take 40% of your champion's HP. So you got to time everything perfectly with this specific team. And I know I didn't start the video before, but I don't want to do it again because it's a very, very long battle. So let's see. So I will use... I think I'm definitely going to use this. Give us a little bit more HP. I also don't use Bog Down. You can use it if you want, but only use it if you really need to use it. Because this Bog Down with Rosin will decrease his turn meter by 50% because it's a Doom Tower boss, and one of the passive abilities says that all turn meter reduction effects are decreased by 50% on Doom Tower bosses. I haven't used it yet. I don't think I'll need to use it yet. But Rosin's kind of the MVP here because he's my damage dealer. And again, yes, this is a heavy legendary team, I will say, but they're all fragment summons or mission or login champions. There's no champions on here that you couldn't have already gotten in the past unless you decided to skip them or unless you just don't have the resources or you're just really new to the game. And in that case, I'm sorry, man. So let's see. The Uncanny Transfer from Mother Savelli is also good. You can use that as needed, and she places a block damage. So you got to read the ability. Like, it's a long ability. It's a book here. But it says right here, fills this champion's turn meter by 40%, places a 30% increased speed buff on this champion, and then places a block damage buff on the target ally for 1 turn if her HP is higher or equal to that champion. Places a... So the thing that I'm looking at is the block damage on the target ally. So hers is not equal or higher if this champion's HP is equal to or higher than the target's after the swap. Okay, after the swap. So what I'll do is I'll put it on her and give her the block damage so she won't die, hopefully, from these Dread Bombs. And then she has the revive when she comes back, I think. That's the other thing, is you got to remember every single ability that you just recently did. So, okay, she got another bomb on herself. Okay, so she got the block damage, as you see. She still has the block damage on, and she has the revive. So I take that revive, and I'm going to revive my reviver, which is Arbiter. And then if you're in a pinch, Arbiter will then revive everybody else. Okay, so this is a long battle, I will say. It's going to take a lot of your time, but these are all champions that I have, and I don't have any other champions built up like Burangiri. I know a lot of content creators have talked about Burangiri and talked about a lot of champions that can solo Bommal, which is great. But if you don't have that champion, you got to use what you got. So, and I'm just really trying to beat floor 50. I could care less if I have really good champions or not. I tried to do it with more free-to-play friendly, less legendary heavy teams, but unfortunately there just wasn't enough survivability there. I didn't have enough HP, I didn't have the right gear on them, and unfortunately if you don't have enough HP, if you don't have the right gear, if you don't have the right speeds, it's not going to work. And again, I could have done it, it's just that I don't have any resources. No coins means unfortunately you're not leveling up your gear. If you have too weak of gear, you have too weak of champions, and too weak of gear, then you're kind of SOL. So there she is. She did the decreased speed, and she got stunned because she got the bomb on her. I think I'm going to go ahead and... So see how this ability right here, it says, summons a dread bomb every time Bommal's turn meter is decreased. Now if he does this, he won't be able to go into this remove right away, which is good. Okay, so I think I can go ahead and do a heal on herself, and then keep doing the A1. So basically, this is probably going to be like a 30-minute battle, to be honest with you. Let's see. Alright, so she has the Revive on Death that's ready to go. I don't think I'm going to need to use it yet, because this bomb's only going to take 40% of our HP. He'll place 2 bombs, grants an extra turn. I don't think she's going to need to use it yet. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think I need to use it now because this bomb's getting there. I'm just a little concerned about his grants an extra turn ability. Increase attack, summons dread bombs, and then he'll do this heavy ability. Yeah, I'm just going to do this just in case. I'm just a little concerned with this bomb, this dread bomb, and his 2 turns coming up. And the good thing is, we have a passive healer here in Scylla the Drake, so she's going to help out a lot. I might not have needed to even use Mother Sibeli's ability, to be honest with you. Which is not the end of the world. Decreased defense is nice. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heal. That dread bomb still hasn't gone off. Okay, so I could... If the chance HP is equal to higher... Okay, so what I'm going to do is swap here. She's got the block damage. So when this dread bomb goes off, it's I don't think it's going to kill everybody, but... Let's see. It still hasn't gone off. It's just sitting there at like 100%. Now it goes off. Okay. Luckily, Master Butcher, every turn, he heals everybody based on the damage that he receives, so that's kind of cool. What I'm concerned about is these dread bombs right here. Oh, man. Can you decrease the dread bomb's turn meter? That's my question. Each time an enemy places a buff, debuff on the champion, blah, blah, place a bomb debuff, blah, blah. These bomb debuffs cannot be blocked and removed. Each time a bomb detonates. It doesn't say that the bombs can't have their turn meter reduced, though. So I'm a little concerned about using this move. Let's see. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna attack him. Ooh. He did die, and another passive ability from Master Butcher, why he's so good. Once he dies, he revives somebody, but the thing is, She doesn't have high enough resistance, but I can revive Master Butcher again, and she grants an extra turn because I have Relentless on my Scylla Drake, so that was really lucky. Use Wingbeat Fury. He's going to use his heavy ability. I'm going to go ahead and revive again, and then heal. So I think this is kind of how you have to beat them. You have to have revivers, and you have to have... If you can have heavy revive team, you can beat Bommal. It's just hard because if you don't have high enough resistance, it makes the run extremely difficult. Okay. Use this ability. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a win. I will say though, I was dying a lot. With all my champions, we're dying a lot here. But luckily, if you can just pay attention to the moves, it's got to be manual. I don't know if it can work on auto. I doubt it. Alright, we're almost there. Come on. Yes, keep getting those extra turns. I appreciate that. Oh, thank God. 25 minutes in and I beat it. Okay, so it was definitely a difficult battle. This is the champions I used. Again, they're all fragment summons, fusions, and one rare Master Butcher. He's not even maxed out. I'll show you their kits as well. So they're not like insane. I just ended up using a bunch of revivers because I couldn't figure anything else out. I was trying to figure out a more free-to-play friendly rather than legendary heavy team to use. But I mean, Scylla the Drakes you get after logging in a certain amount of days. Arbiter you get from the missions. Razin you get from fusing him. Anybody can fuse him. Mother Sibeli, if you didn't get her, that is kind of unfortunate if you don't have her, but you can just use another speed lead champion. Or another reviver that's going to help. I'm sure there's others out there that you can utilize that will help you to beat Bommal. So, alright, there it is. Doom Tower mission completed as well. So I beat Bommal. I'll just keep going up to the next state, up the next floor, so that's pretty sweet. Let me just collect this real quick. Craft 10 artifacts at the forge using rarity charms. Alright, so Scylla the Drakes. Let me show you her kit real quick. So she's at 40,000 HP, 3,700 defense, 201 speed, and with Mother Sibeli's passive aura, she has 24 more speed, which is nice, 264 debuff resistance, and she wasn't even resisting any of those bombs. I don't think she resisted a single one. So you have to have 300 plus resistance. Or like 290 plus resistance in order to resist Bommal's bombs. Not everything is maxed. I did put her in a resistance chest with HP, resistance banner. Both of these, once they're maxed, she'll be well over 300 resistance. For her masteries, right now I have her in the Fearsome Presence mastery, but I may eventually change this to potentially do Unshakable for more resistance in Doom Tower, especially against Bommal. And then going on to the next one, we got Razin here. My Razin is in Lifesteal. He's been in Lifesteal for a while. I haven't really changed up his kit at all. He has HP on the chest. He has accuracy on the banner. He does have 254 accuracy. Eventually I'm going to redo his kit, his build. So speed 184 plus 24 on top of that as a 204, 208. And then 39,000 HP, 3,500 defense, not bad. His masteries, I did go down to Giant Slayer and then Master Hexer here with Lore of Steel. But I've switched up his gear quite a few times. Arbiter, I do have her she's just my arena Arbiter. And I did get kind of lucky recently, maybe like within the past month. I got an accuracy chestplate, Divine Speed. After completing your weekly arena. So I got 3 times. I was so upset. I got This would have been my first quad roll ever if I got it, but unfortunately I didn't. So accuracy on the chest with 25 speed. I put defense on the banner because I don't have resistance, and this is my fastest banner that I have. Total stats, 315 speed, 2200 defense, 41,000 health points, 251 accuracy. I would rather have her with higher resistance, to be honest with you, but again, she's my arena arbiter, and this is what I have to work with. She's not fully mastered, so I would like to get her masteries in there. Probably going to go with resistant, probably going to go with unshakable or eagle eye for the final one. And then we've got, so 1, 2, 3, who was the other one I had? Master Butcher and Mother Sibeli. So Mother Sibeli, rank 6, I recently ranked her up. She does have a stun set because I'm going to be using her in my faction wars. So she's got 247 speed plus the additional 24. It's 260, 271 speed. You got the accuracy at 226. Resistance is too low. I'm probably going to end up, when I do her masteries, I'll go down to unshakable most likely. And then she does have accuracy on the banner, accuracy on the chest plate. So she's going to have a lot of accuracy once these are booked out. And then we've got Master Butcher. I do have him in a regen and an immortal set. This is kind of mandatory in order to beat Bommal at that stage, unless you have other really good champions. And he only has 30k HP, only 1,100 defense, nothing crazy. This gear isn't that crazy. It's all 5 and 6 star rare pieces. Besides these two here, I mean, you get this from completing Clan Boss. And then resistance on the chest, resistance on the banner. You want his speed to be as fast as possible. Honestly, if I were to rebuild him, I would try to get him over 200 speed, but it was doable. So 170 speed, 267 resistance. I only have a couple of masteries on him right now. I'm probably going to go down to unshakable for this one, and then probably going to go down to Spirit Haste, which anytime someone dies, he gets faster. Alright, so that was it. I did end up beating Bommal on normal Doom Tower stage floor 50. Hopefully you guys beat it as well. Let me know down in the comments below what teams you guys utilized in order to beat Bommal on stage 50. And good luck out there. It's not an easy boss. Take care.